Hey, West Edgecombe families, we are so excited about this school year. This is Miss Ballard, your principal. We're so glad you're here at orientation, whether you're attending in person or online. We know that this school year is going to be one of the best. It may be different, but together we can accomplish anything. We look forward to seeing you soon, and please reach out if you need anything. Take care.
Hello, West Edgecombe families. I am Demetrius Jenkins, Assistant Principal. I'm so excited to be a part of the West Edgecombe Middle School team. I look forward to a year of us learning and growing together. Hi, West Edgecombe families. This is Mr. Jenkins, your super proud assistant principal for the school year. The purpose of this video is for me to demonstrate for you all how to access and use some of your most frequently used features of Google Classroom. The very first thing I'm going to demonstrate is how to navigate to Google Classroom using two methods. The very first method is for you to access your school Gmail, and we're going to click on the Google Apps icon that kind of looks like a tic-tac-toe board near your profile picture. And we're going to click on Classroom. Once the page loads, you will see all of the Google Classrooms that you have been invited to or currently a member of. The second method is to simply type in classroom.google.com in the address bar. If you're using a device where more than one Gmail has been used, you will click on the profile picture and switch accounts to the school Gmail, and you will be able to access the same classes that I showed you previously. As we see, we have already been invited to join a class, and this is the class that we are going to work from today. Once a member of the class, Google will take you through a tour of different features, but most importantly, what you will need to know how to access is to notice that under the class title, that there is a link where your student will meet their classroom teacher for live instruction. And if you click that link, that is how you will access live instruction. The very next thing I'm going to show you is how to submit assignments. So the teacher will post assignments and they will show up in the stream here, and they can also be accessed via the classwork tab. And once that student clicks on that particular assignment and views that assignment, they will be able to see the documents that the teacher adds, and they will click on those Google Slides or those links and complete those assignments, and will simply click Turn In once they are done. It is very important that you click the Turn In button so that the teachers will be able to access the students' work and provide grades. The next thing that I want to show you today is that if you would like to access any Google Tips as we move throughout virtual learning, you can always check out this link, which will be bit.ly / Google Tips WEMS. When you click on this link, it will take you to a document that has tutorials for you to be able to watch that teach you a plethora of things as it relates to how to use Google Chrome, your Chromebook, or any other Google apps with the inclusion of Google Classroom. There's also a tab in the top left corner for other apps that where you can find tutorials for how to use Nearpod. Some of your students, teachers may use this system as well, so how to join those lessons. And that is all I want to share with you today as it relates to how to use some of the most frequently used tips in Google Classroom. Some additional tutorials may come from your students' teachers as it relates to how to navigate through their lessons in particular. Thank you all for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of orientation and find it useful with tons of information today. Thank you.
Ballard with the 2020-2021 Title I Parent Information. This is our agenda. So I welcome you to this information session regarding the Title I process at West Edgecombe. We will review the state's accountability model, review data, look at our services planned at West, a list of how parents can support their child, a budget review, and then a closing. So we are so glad that you are here. We're excited that you are interested in our Title I information, and so we are happy to share that with you today. So in case you don't know, that the state's accountability model for schools is a 100% score that's comprised of 20% growth and 80% achievement. And so for us, you'll see the box on the left. Our 80% achievement is our English language learners progress, our science EOG scores, that's just for the 8th grade, our ELA reading scores for 6th through 8th grade, our math EOG scores for 6th through 8th grade, and our Math 1 EOC scores, which are for 8th grade. And then our 20% growth is comprised of the growth in those areas that I just mentioned. Our ELA trends, as you can see, we have been trending upwards over the past few years. We are really proud of the progress we have made here at West Edgecombe. And also a similar trend with our math. We have been trending upwards in general with our math scores, and we are also very proud about that. Our 8th grade science is in the same situation and has been trending upwards as well. And so we are extremely proud of the work that our 8th grade science teacher does with science. For Title I services that we have planned at West Edgecombe, we have class size reduction in 6th and 7th grade, a multi-classroom leader for MTSS, an Imagine West micro school, more library books, Nearpod, agendas to help students stay organized, Remind to keep in touch with our parents, as well as community outreaches. You can help support your child's academic growth in a variety of ways. You can create a schedule for students. Once we're back in school, a schedule for their afternoons. And at the current time, they'll be provided a schedule due to COVID for the remote learning, but also helping students structure their day to make sure they get what they're supposed to accomplish. Encourage your student to read a minimum of 20 minutes each night. Make sure you check your child's agenda for each day. Check Power School for student grades at least weekly. Ask your child what they're learning and how their day was. Feel free to reach out to your child's teachers when you have concerns. They can be reached via email, and you can also call the school. Use a growth mindset when encouraging children to continue through obstacles. Keep up with our school Facebook page for events and announcements, and also look for Ms. Ballard's weekly call on Sunday nights with updates, announcements, and ways to get involved. So we provided an overview of the ways that we are spending our Title I dollars here at West Edgecombe. But if you have any suggestions for other ways that we could support learners, we would love to hear those. So feel free to share those with us. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you have a great day. At West Edgecombe, we're going to be using the Remind tool this school year to communicate with parents and students. And so it's really important that you sign up for updates. You can get information specific to West Edgecombe right on your phone. You don't have to worry about handouts or emails. One of the ways, if you have a smartphone, you can see directions here under A. If you have a smartphone, you can get push notifications. So on an iPhone or an Android phone, you can open your web browser and go to the following link, rmd.at/westedgeco, and it will prompt you with directions to sign up. You'll enter your first name and your phone number. Or if you don't have a smartphone but do have a cellular phone, you can text the number 81010, and then the message that you're sending to that phone number is at WestEdgeCO. Again, you're texting the phone number 81010, and then the message says the at symbol, WestEdgeCO. And then there is an option that you can opt in for email messages if that's what you prefer. And so again, when you go to the first link under A there, the rmd.app/WestEdgeCO, you can sign up for email notifications there. So I hope this handout is helpful. Feel free to pause the video and take a look at the directions for as long as you need. Hi parents, our grading guidelines for this school year will be the same as they've been for the past several years. Students will complete assignments ranging from tests, quizzes, homework, and classwork just as if we were face to face. We are still working on our procedures and expectations for our summative assessments, but students will be expected to complete assignments as if we were face to face. If you have any questions about the specific assignments that teachers are giving for particular courses, feel free to reach out to them. But it will be crucial that students complete assignments on time, just as if they were in class. Of course, we are sensitive to the accessibility to Wi-Fi connections, and we will work with you on an individual basis as needed. You may be wondering, will remote learning be different in the fall of 2020 versus the spring of 2020? It definitely will be. This graphic here shows the differences in the instruction that you may have experienced in the spring versus the instruction that we are preparing for the fall. As mentioned earlier, there will be 4 hours of instruction per day with the streamlined learning management system. For middle schools, that's Google Classroom. New material will be taught while remediating previous content. There will be a defined daily schedule. Assignments will be graded with feedback, attendance will be recorded daily, and device access will be needed. The supplies your student will need for remote learning includes pencils and paper, a chair and a table, preferably in a well-lit area, a Chromebook with access for charging, and headphones are recommended. Other options you may want to provide for your students include binders or folders, colored pencils, and graphing paper for math courses. Specifically for parents of 7th graders, in North Carolina, students are required to have their immunizations updated before they can enter the 7th grade. You'll see the second paragraph on the screen says that the requirement is for 1 dose of DTaP and 1 dose of the meningococcal vaccination. You can get these at the health department or your family doctor. So if you will please make sure that you schedule your child an appointment as soon as possible. The deadline this year for ensuring these are completed is October the 1st. After October the 1st, students are technically considered suspended until the immunizations are brought up to date. Thanks so much, and feel free to reach out to our school nurse if you have any questions.